Butler. Not happening here. Are you kidding me?
I honestly think Derrick White's the most important player to the Boston Celtics, having a career year on both ends of the floor. We're going to dive into his film. We're going to break some stuff down. We got a lot to get into, so leave a like, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started with the film. First thing we're going to look at is the rim finishing ability from Derrick White. Kind of what he came into the league known as was a slashing type of guard. Still has that in his game, and I think it's improved to a higher level here. Here we're going to get a screen action from Luke Kornet. Derrick White's going to come off the screen, slight hesitation, and he's going to put a nice move on the lane on Javon Carter. Try and draw the foul. Love this move right here. Gets the floater up. Nice finish there. He's just a smart driver of the basketball. Like, not the quickest guy, not the most athletic, but here in this kind of scramble situation, 13 seconds on the shot clock, kind of a late game-ish situation, again, within 10 points. Here he realizes either Hartenstein's going to have to pop out or he has to pop out to the shooter. Instead, he's more worried about Sam Hauser, so this just creates an easy lane and then a nice Euro step there by Derrick White. Sweet finish. Using him a lot more in P&R situations, even though this wasn't a fully set screen, it was more a pick and slip by KP. It gives Derrick White the opportunity to get a little bit of a step on Tyler Hero and finish over the top of the floater. Very underrated part of his game is just being a little bit of a bigger guard, man, a 6'4" body, not afraid to get physical, with smaller defenders here. Trae Young guarding him, and, Trae Young's been a more active defender, I'll say, this season, but Derrick White still just able to overpower him, finish over the top with the left. Here, another quick screen action, kind of like a secondary fast break, 19 seconds into the shot clock. KP's just going to set another kind of slip screen, and it's going to create enough hesitation for Derrick White to get by Gary Trent and then finish over Jakob Poeltl. Pick and slips, it's tough to guard when you don't have the personnel to switch, because Jakob in a switch situation against Derrick White White's done a very good job of attacking those. So here, KP just going to slip again and then just watch the hesitation, which we kind of saw in the last play. Dennis kind of doesn't know where to go, and then that's a tough finish over the top. Kind of a constant. KP being involved, rejects the screen right there, gets by Anthony Black, gets the and one finish. Like this play here, kind of starts cut off by Luke Kornet, setting the screen up top. We got iHeart back here in the drop coverage. And Derrick White, not really the type of guy, even though he has improved. He's not going to just come off the screen, hit the pull-up jump shot, especially with DiVincenzo right on his hip. So instead, he's going to get the full switch with Isaiah Hartenstein, and then just patience right there. Nice pump fake, nice step-through move, and good finish off glass. This is a good play here from the in-season tournament. First, we're going to get Sam Hauser setting the screen. This is simply just to get Tyrese Halliburton into the action, which they were attacking him, especially in this first half, a lot. Halliburton's going to get into the action, and then instead of using the screen, bringing up Obi Toppin, with Al Horford instead, waves it off. Let's attack Tyrese. Relentless driver to basketball. Good steal there by Horford on the inside, and a good finish by Derrick White. Tell you, man, down the hill, Derrick White is a real thing. This isn't even like a fast break situation. Boston got a block shot, but, pretty much everybody's back. We got Zaire Williams back here, Desmond Bain, Kenny Lofton, Santi Aldama, and then John Contra guarding the ball. So everybody is pretty much back. I mean, it's more just transition defense, but Derrick White puts pressure on the rim, gets downhill Derrick with the finish. This is about the fifth time that we're going to see KP and Derrick White running this action, and he's such a patient ball handler in the pick-and-roll game. He's going to come off the screen. Then just a slight hesitation we're going to see again is going to confuse Hartenstein and Jalen Brunson, and that's an easy dunk at the rim. And then just a more confident finisher, man. Tyler Hero guarding him. Nice half-spin move, strong finish on the inside. Here, KP is going to come up. He's going to flip the screen, try and set on this side. Derrick White's going to reject the screen and then just drive hard and finish. Cole Anthony does a good job, trying to guard this, staying in front, but Derrick White's been finishing shots like that all year long. He uses these screens so much. Horford's going to come up and set it on the left side that, it probably has to be on team scouting reports. So oftentimes we'll just see him cross over, reject the screen, and then drive strong towards the bucket. This time, rejects the screen, crossover, two-hand dunk at the rim. Still super patient, though. Never really gets too sped up, even on a, secondary break situation. That's just a great play right there. This is just textbook, man. Getting into the lane, quick jump stop, pump fake, left-hand finish. The shot-creating bag, especially in the mid-range with his pull-up jump shots, his floaters, is a lot better, too. Here we're going to see cross-match. We got Bobby Portis guarding Derrick White. And usually teams like maybe a season ago, more so the first season where Derrick White was in Boston, they'd be comfortable with this, but you got to press up because he's a 40% three-point shooter, and that's just bag talk right there. The patience, like I said, is just on display, especially in these screen games, man. Sam Hauser's going to set the screen. They want to try and get Duncan Robinson into the action. Drew Smith does a very good job getting through this first screen. Tatum's going to act like he's setting the screen and pop down towards the baseline. But Hauser's going to set the screen. Derrick White shows great patience. Waits to see if he gets the switch. Realizes, nope, they're guarding it well. Gets to a spot, shoots the floater over the top of Drew Smith. I can confidently say that, Derrick White, in situations like this, last season kind of started to turn the corner just a little bit, but it wasn't fully there. The season when he first got to Boston, he wasn't doing stuff like this, putting the ball on the ground, creating his own shot. Wasn't even really knocking down open three-point shots like he was expected to. But last season, the three-pointer came around. Now we're seeing, like, he can just go to work by himself, man. Like, he doesn't really need, too much help sometimes. And this is even with a solid defender in DeAndre Hunter guarding him. You're going to see Derrick White as Jaylen Brown clears through the lane, get to a spot in the mid-range, then just pull up jump shot, man. Confident shot right there. The pace that you see in this game is it's fluid, man. Like a lot of guards, if you're coming up, you can take a lot from his game just by watching the patience. He's going to come off the screen. He's going to get the switch with Isaiah Jackson and just shoot the mid-range pull-up over him, man. Something that it seems like he's been working on in the offseason. Then here, Luke Kornet's going to come set the screen. They're going to get the switch with Paul Reed, which Philly has notoriously been comfortable with Paul Reed in switches. A little bit of a drop situation here. Derrick White's going to eat that space up, get to his floater, knock it down. Very similar play. Svi Mikhailov's going to come, set the screen, but more so like a more slip situation. He's going to slip off, and then we're going to see Luke Kornet come in and set the full-body screen. And this time there's not going to be a switch. Paul Reed kind of gets caught in no man's land, and Derrick White notices that good screen by Kornet and nice floater by D. White. Here from the same game, like we saw earlier, instead of getting Halliburton in the action, this time T.J. McConnell, an active defender, going to put in a lot of effort, but Derrick White has definitely just a height advantage on him and can finish over the top. So here, Sam Hauser is going to set just the slightest screen ever just to get the switch. Kind of a lazy switch there, but then a nice floater by Derrick White. I'm telling you, man, sometimes you don't realize, like, that this is actually a 6'4" point guard that is a lot stronger than a lot of the guys that they have to guard him with, because you have Drew Holiday, you have Jaylen Brown, you have Jason Tatum on the floor with him at most times. KP's going to set the screen here. Nembhard does a very good job staying in front, getting through the screen, but just look at the strength here by by Derrick White. Just completely moves Nembhard out the way. Kind of mentioned earlier, like, something else that's been added to the game is him shooting these threes off of these, like, screen situations, basically unassisted threes. Like, that's something that makes you a much more deadly pick-and-roll player in today's game, is being able to shoot off of these drop coverage looks, because Embiid is playing basically free-throw line depth. So if you come off and Horford sets a good screen here, which he is going to do, you have a clean look from three with Embiid being so far back. Like, that's a clean look, no contest at all. Just shooting more of him, man. Shooting confidently, too. KP's going to come down, set another screen. Brunson kind of gets lost in the screen, and it gives Derrick White enough room to just hit the pull-up jump shot. He's a tough guard now in the pick and rolls. I mean, that's why he's averaging 15 points a game, because we've seen what he can do putting pressure on the rim. If you overplay the screen, try and go over it, he can easily get by you. You either have to switch or you're kind of in a helpless situation. And we haven't even got to the playmaking yet, but that's another aspect of his game. But now it's getting to the point where it's like you kind of can't go under the screens either, like Buddy Hield's going to do here, because the guy's a lights-out three-point shooter now. Like, you can't just give him that much room, that much space to operate. It's the thing, this is, like, on paper supposed to be, like, their fifth best offensive player. But on some nights he can be, like, number 2 for the Celtics. Here, Drew's going to come out and set a screen. KP's going to set a screen. The Wizards defender, I think that's Tyus Jones, just kind of gets lost. That's a deep three, but a confident shot from Derrick White. In a quarter situation, I mean, easily enough time to try and put pressure on the rim, but this is how confident Derrick White's getting, man. He's just going to stop, pull up from, like, the TD logo right there and just knock that down. Like, that is just pure confidence right there. I'm going to roll this play. We're going to pause right here. I think once Derrick White realizes, he's kind of pushing it up the court, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 93-90 type of ball game. And he sees where Duncan Robinson's staying and basically heals at the three-point line. He's in retreat mode because he knows, like, this is a secondary break. Derrick White can easily put that pressure on the rim like he, has been doing this season. But Derrick White kind of has his mind made up. He sees how Duncan's playing him. He sees heals on the three-point line. He's in retreat mode. Let me just pull up. Let me test my luck. I've had a good game defensively in this one. Let me test my luck. Pull up three. Pure. Here, Tatum's going to set the screen. They obviously don't want to switch it because Jalen Brunson on Tatum is a big mismatch. So instead, Brunson tries to go under the screen like we saw earlier. And just a bad decision, man, because that is just too easy of a look. No contest for Derrick White. When I saw this play, in-season tournament game, I knew Derrick White was in a different bag. Late in the shot clock, we're just going to see a quick left-to-right crossover, pull-up three. I haven't seen Derrick White do this in a Celtics uniform, but, this is just how he's playing offensively, man. Super confident. Here, this is just a weird, maybe just defensive lapse, but you got to know the scouting report here for your Grizzlies. I mean, this is not KP setting the screen. It's not Tatum setting the screen. So why would Zaire Williams go under the screen here? I'm not sure, especially if it's Neemias Queta setting the screen. I don't know why you would do that. But Derrick White recognizes it, and he's like, oh, just an easy look, like no contest at all. Last thing at offense that we're going to look is just a playmaking bag. And it's not like he's some high-level Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Trae Young type of playmakers. He's just somebody that knows how to put pressure on the rim and knows how to create situations where the defense has to collapse. And he can find open guys. Like, it's just very, I don't want to say simple playmaking, but that's kind of what it is. It's just routine playmaking from your typical, point guard that can manage a game. That's what Derrick White has been doing for the majority of his career, and it's exactly what he's doing this season. Here he's going to come off the handoff, put more pressure on the rim. Defense is going to collapse on the backside, and then Luke Kornet's just going to find an easy lane, get an easy dunk. Pretty simple stuff right there. More of the same. JB is going to cut through. Derrick White's going to come off the handoff. We're going to see him put more pressure on the rim, create a collapse, and then just find KP, another easy dunk. Like this play here, come off the handoff. We're going to freeze it. You see KP cutting. We see JB popping out to the corner. And then Derrick White, just a quick he's going to, show his eyes, show the ball fake. Defender's going to pop out with JB. And then KP on the cut, like I said, he's going to get an easy dunk. Love that pass. Love the play. This is a beautiful set, but still high-level pass from where he threw it on the court to who he's throwing it to. High-level pass, man. Very high-level pass. Here, Hauser's going to set the elevator screen. Derrick White's going to pop back up. And then we're going to see Luke Kornet act like he's setting the down screen and cut back door for the lob. A beautiful set, but also a great lob pass there, man. You're throwing that from almost half court on the money. Here we're getting more ball screen action. Set the screen here on Gary Trent. That's going to force Siakam into the action. Al Horford's going to set the slightest of screens here once Derrick White comes off this strong. And it's going to create a 2-on-1 situation, which really Derrick White had no bad option here. He probably should have taken the shot, but still found Al Horford for a pretty, easy finish inside. No contest at the rim. Again, not super high-level playmaking, but just smart plays. You already recognize here, you got the two big situation, KP, a 7'3" guy, Luke Kornet, 7 foot. You got Paolo Banchero guarding him, who's been a solid defender for a young guy, but just smart basketball, man. You're going to get a double stagger screen here. KP's going to set it. Derrick White's going to come off the screen. We're going to see Kornet set it and then quickly roll. We're going to see KP in the action too. And Derrick White just makes a smart play, man. Just a little float pass up to Kornet. And he had options here, like on this play if he wanted to. If he really wanted to, man, he had options on this play because we're going to see as KP sets it, KP's open because Goga has the help on the roll. So really that's like the next kind of level. Like this is very simplified playmaking because this is what the play is probably designed for, is for to get Luke at the rim. But this is like the secondary stuff right here. You got Franz with 1 foot in the lane. Maybe make that skip pass. Maybe just make that pass back to KP. But still, nonetheless, it works. It gets the basket, and that's all that really matters there. Such a good passer when he gets to the rim because the defense has to respect him as a finisher. They already kind of have to overplay him because of his elite shooting that he's displayed the last couple of seasons. But really for guys, especially like Luke Cornett, he can get like 2 to 4 easy points every single game just from Derrick White collapsing the defense and just by him being in the right spot. Because just look how everybody reacts to Derrick White driving. Drummond comes all the way over, doesn't even realize that Cornett's right behind him getting the dunk. We've seen some of Derrick White being the screener, and it's beautiful when they run this action because Derrick White as the pick and roll screener in the action instead of the ball handler, I think he's just as effective because especially when Tatum is the guy as the ball handler up top, which I believe there's a couple more clips in here that we'll see, but Derrick as a screener, man, he's going to come set the screen. Already Cole Anthony has to be up in kind of a hedge situation to kind of help John Isaac get back and recover because it's Jason Tatum with the ball. Like he demands that kind of respect just by being the guy that he is, like a 30-point scorer in the NBA. And Derrick White in the short roll is as good as a passer that you can get in that situation, man. Like, he's excellent. Here, the defense has to react so quickly. Like, the defense has to react so quickly because he has the floater. He catches it right there. Mo Wagner's already stepping up. Franz is already in the help situation. Gary Harris's eyes are all on Derrick White. And then Luke Cornett recognizes it. He just runs to the rim. And like I said, if Luke Cornett or whoever's in the game with Derrick White, if you just run to the rim when he gets into the lane, you're getting easy buckets. Again, KP in the action. Derrick White's going to come off of it. Defense does a good job forcing him to pick up the dribble, but just look at his eyes, man. He's going to pick up the ball right there. KP's obviously rolling to the rim. You got Horford in the corner, but Embiid's kind of locked in. This is the guy that you want to look at, though. Nick Batum right there. Patrick Beverley is glued to Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Sam Hauser's in the corner. Derrick White's eyes are looking towards Sam Hauser because make that cross-court pass, that's a three. Nick Batum recognizes he's looking at the eyes. He's going to quickly jump out, and that opens up this lane for KP to get the finish at the rim. It happened quickly, so I'm just going to run it back. Just let it run fully. We see the screen up top. Freezes the defense. Great play. I could almost guarantee this play was not set up to end the way that it did. We're going to get what looks like to be a stagger screen. Drew's going to set it first. He's going to set his. Derrick White's going to come off of it. Tatum's coming down to set his screen right up here. But Jrue Holiday is going to roll strong to the bucket. And I'm telling you, the play was not set up for this, but Derrick White recognizes Drew's wide open. Nice pass. Great lefty finish inside. More short roll action. More of this, man. We need to see more of this because Derrick White in this situation, man, just watch how the defense has to guard it. Set the screen right there. It's almost same action. And you already see 2 feet in the lane. Ihart has to step up. And then you just got Luke Cornett lurking back door, ready to catch an easy lob dunk. Like, stuff like this. Because just the way that the defense has to respect Tatum. And quickly, really good defender. They don't want to switch that, in this situation. But you kind of have to hedge hard. You want to give Josh Hart a chance to get through the screen that Derrick White's going to set. Slips right into the free throw line area. And then just the reaction that it causes on the backside of the defense. Like, the Celtics need to run more of that. And more of the simplified reads. Just a quick pick and roll action early in the shot clock, but why not see what you got there? Let's get an easy look. Beautiful touch pass, man. Like, Drummond has no chance to recover there. Looked at all the offensive stuff that I wanted to highlight. If you know anything about Derrick White, it's his defense that is probably like his calling card, what he gets the most respect for in the league. And it's him getting through screens, a great shot blocking guard. His hands are incredible. Here, going to get through the screen that Joel's setting. Tobias thinks he has a step, but just Derrick White, great hands at the end. It's going to force a strip. Went out of bounds. Think it went off of Tobias, too. This play, Jrue Holiday puts a shot up. Kevin Love's going to get the board. You might have not seen Derrick White, but Jimmy Butler leaked out. And then just look at the recovery by Derrick White. Great hands there by Jrue. Derrick White never gave up on that play, too. He had Jimmy in hell in this game, man. He blocked a shot like 3 different times. Here's the second one. Just meeting him right there at the apex. Also gets a lot of those sneaky blocks, man. Lonnie Walker, he's just seeing straight line drive to the rim. Peyton Pritchard does a good job cutting him off a little bit. Derrick White is going to finish the job, getting the block from behind. Great play there. Forces the fast break. This speaks to the instincts, man. We got Sam Hauser guarding Damian Lillard, you obviously don't want that. Dame's going to try and go middle. Derrick White being in help position is going to force the cutoff. Going to kick it out. Derrick White gets out to Bobby Portis. Nice recover. And then a good block at the rim. He's an insane defender, man. When you think he's out of the play, he's not. As this play starts, Cole Anthony's already, in the process of getting the handoff from Mo Wagner, which is going to be another screen that Derrick White has to get through. And Cole Anthony thinks he has a wide open pull-up jump shot, but Derrick White comes out of nowhere, makes that block. As we stop it here, great instincts just on this play. Jaylen Brown's out of position. Julius Randle. If Derrick White was too far up, that's a layup for Julius Randle, or at least has to meet KP at the rim. But Derrick White's there to get the block from behind. Here, just low-key an elite weak side defender. And he's in the action. He's guarding the screen. He's up 35 feet guarding Jalen Brunson, working hard to get through that screen. Randall's going to do a good job cutting, finding the open lane. Would have a layup, but Derrick White's there to meet him at the rim. Good block there. Forces a fast break situation too, which Tatum's going to end up getting the layup. Again, up. This time we're at the logo, so we're miles away from the basket. Still, though, putting pressure on the ball, especially Jalen Brunson, you got to make a guy as elite as him as uncomfortable as possible, especially in these pick-and-roll situations. We'll do a good job getting through the screen and then recovering to get the block. That's just textbook right there. Just going to run that back, man, because, it seems like he even got thrown off. He has to spin through the screen and still have the awareness to recover, locate the basketball, and then get the block shot without fouling. And then another Tatum fast break dunk. Here we got an entry pass up top. We're going to get a flare screen. Derrick White guarding Desmond Bane. Bane gets to a spot. Derrick White fighting through that screen. Big body screen, fights through, forces him to put the ball on the floor, then gets a strip, forces out of bounds. As you realize, these are all Derrick White shot block highlights, but a lot of them are created by him working through screens, whether they're on ball, off ball. Same situation here. Mitchell Robinson setting the screen here. Really good job by quickly snaking the pick and roll, trying to keep Derrick White on his hip. But just relentless defense right there. Gets through the screen, gets through basically the second screen, and then blocks a shot. My favorite Derrick White play from all season. Maybe my favorite Derrick White play ever. As you see Jaylen Brown going to work here, getting ready to pull up, Derrick White is basically the farthest guy back. He's on the baseline, waiting for the rebound essentially. Shot's going to get blocked. He's out of bounds by the time the shot gets blocked. Jimmy Butler's going to end up picking the basketball up, and then just watch Derrick White. Just keep your eye on Derrick White, and then you can't miss him here because he gets the block at the rim. But that's just what we call just relentless effort. That's just wanting it more. And a lot of times that's all defense is just wanting it more than your opponent. Just the effort he has to put in here, man. Just to get through all that traffic and then beat Jimmy Butler to the rim is just amazing. There were some clutch blocks late in this game. This was one of them. Derrick White meeting Tobias Harris at the rim. Great play there. Really a game-saving play, to be honest, because Philly had a lot of momentum here, and Tobias finishes this, man. You never know. The Philly might have been able to pull this game out, but just a great play there by Derrick White. And, you're just never really safe as a ball handler because Derrick White, man, he just don't be giving up, man. He puts in a lot of effort, on the, just getting these steals just by basically running up court. Nobody calls it out, and he ends up getting a steal. He really has elite hands. That's why he's such a good shot blocker. But here, posts the ball out from Patrick Williams and then forces another fast break and an easy Tatum layup there. This is the Marcus Smart type of stuff, man, that really isn't much of a drop-off even with him no longer in the team. He's basically assumed that role with more effective shooting. Here, Paolo, mismatch situation, being guarded by KP. Joe Ingles on the wing, but Derrick White's going to recognize that Paolo kind of has a full head of steam. Let me just step in here, get set, because he's going to run through my body anyways. And an easy charge call there. All right, JB shot's going up. We see Derrick White up here. Why putting in this much effort when it's 92 to 105? Why are you putting in this much effort in a game that you've essentially won? It's going to run down, try and get the rebound, doesn't get it. Jalen Brunson grabs it. And just like from the first game of the season, it's just like Jalen Brunson doesn't even realize Derrick White is there. Another easy steal. Those are the extra possessions that don't show up in the box score, because instead of potentially the Knicks cutting it down to an 11 or 10-point game, Boston gets an extra possession, a full 24-second shot clock. That is just elite stuff right there. Yeah, I know the Knicks are sick of seeing Derrick White. Mitchell Robinson screen. Brunson going to come off of it. But Derrick White, good job staying in front. Cuts him off. JB's going to come down too. Quick double team. Forced to kick out. And then this is just elite team defense, but Derrick White with the recognition too was elite. Randall's going to try. He's going to get stopped, turn around. Derrick White steal. And then, like a lot of Derrick White defensive plays, it leads to a fast break situation. Ends in a KP dunk.